Hi there, and welcome to another Software for Fashion Retail video. In this video, what we would have a look at is just briefly touch on the various different reports that are available. I thought we'd keep this one short and sweet, just to go through the various different reports that are available from the point of sale. Now, bear in mind there is a vast range of reports available at head office, and there are obviously requirements from the point of sale. So we've created a few sort of basic reports that allow you to view sort of necessary data from the point of sale itself. Bear in mind, obviously, all data is transferred back via the web through to head office from all the different branches, and that's where you can have all your Excel pivot tables, your on-screen inquiries, your what we term white paper reports or fixed sort of layout reports. Whereas from the point of sale, generally the people looking at it aren't wanting to view all stores, A, because it's not available, B, because it doesn't interest them, and they're wanting to process certain functions. They're not looking for trends and that type of thing. If we start just sort of go through them, namely, we have a daily sales audit. Now, a daily sales audit allows for the viewing of different sales and credits on a particular date or over a date range. So we could say, if we have a look at the basic sales that were processed today, for argument's sake, from today to today, view report, and those are the items that appear there. You can print that report out as well. It also details the associated tenders that make up those transactions. You've also got certain filters, so now you could filter by brand, because that's always within a fashion business extremely important. So we could say, show me the items that are Froggy as a brand, for argument's sake. You could also break it down by classification. So if I wanted to clear my brand filter, I could say classification. Now, classification, department, category, sort of all synonymous terms. Now, we use obviously classification in different levels, 1, 2, and 3, which are sort of tiered, if you like. So we could say footwear is a level 1, as a level 2 we could say ladies, and as a level 3, we don't have a level 3 option available for that. Okay, so we would stick with level 2 in this particular example. So we could say level 2 ladies. If you had a level 3, it could be sandals, it could be however you want to classify it. Evening wear, could be a boot, it could be, you've got various different ways of doing it, and again those are completely customizable. So again we say view report, and that would come select those particular items, because those all fall in with this category. If we were to say men's, it would say there's nothing, because the examples I've been using today have all had to do with the various ladies' shoes. They were all ladies' shoes that I was using as examples. Your daily transfers, again very similar. What items were transferred? This was the test. The test. It was a transfer that we processed. Again, in the stock video, which transferred it to that particular branch. That was the document number. You can see the document number always has the branch code of the originating branch appended to it. So 402 in this example is the branch that I'm working on. 403 is a destination branch, and that document number is the associated sort of transaction ID, if you like. A non-stock transactions report, that would go through in detail transactions that aren't associated with stock, namely things like disbursements or payouts, lay-by payments, gift voucher sales, those types of things. Stock levels and pricing report gives you the various different stock levels. You could say from 1 to 50 in terms of a unit. Again, if I want to say footwear, I want to say ladies, in which stockroom I want to see in my in-store stockroom, and include my prices. Exclude where I've got zero stock, because that's not important to me. Preview the report, and it'll display, okay, in your in-store stockroom or your active stockroom, whichever you like, basically your floor stock. That classification, that's your product code. That's the current price, that's going to be the next price in the event there's a change, and that's your quantity. Now that's the sum of all sizes, and then you can print this out as well. This is good for control checks, for basic stock checking, sort of on a weekly basis or a daily basis. It allows you to obviously filter specific item codes, just to make sure that you're sort of on target when you're leading up towards a stock take. A stock level summary, that really just goes and prints a summary, not at item level but at classification level. So the sum of all my ladies' sandals, for argument's sake, or the sum of all my men's formals, whichever you like. Individual sales report breaks it down by attendant, so who sold what. You can see how well your staff are performing. I use MSA most of the time when I'm doing demonstrations. That's why that user is sort of in the lead, so to speak, with sales. You can print a detailed or a summary version of this report. You have an inactive and an active lay-by report that will detail for you which lay-bys are set to be expiring now, which are completed, which are fully cancelled. Let's see if I can pull up an example. That's not going to help. Let me see if I can set my date back and get some data. Oopsie, I need to actually select completed and fully cancelled as examples. So this example now appears. That's lay-by ID 1663. That was the begin date, that was the end date, and that was a particular product that was associated with that item. So if there was a range of lay-bys, they would all appear one below the other. And an active lay-by report from, let's say, from the current date to 3 months from now. Again, I'm not sure what date is going to be displayed in here, being that it is demonstration data. Let's say 09, shall we? That's not going to work. No, unfortunately my data isn't up to scratch. There we go. So these are all my active lay-bys over that particular date period. That's my expiry date, that's the product associated with it, and that's the size of the garment or the shoe associated with that particular lay-by. And then again, this can be printed out as well. An outstanding GRV, the acronym GRV we use as a goods receive voucher, so that's stock waiting to be receipted. So what is outstanding in terms of receipts? You can see in those examples, those are all my document numbers. This is all the stock that I'm waiting to receive. What was received today? There wasn't anything that has been processed today. If there was, it would appear against the corresponding information there. A voucher reprint report, who reprinted vouchers or who has reprinted vouchers, how many times they've been reprinted, what the voucher number is. A voided or inactive voucher report, which vouchers have been voided, which ones have been marked as inactive, and then we have vouchers there, those are all voided vouchers. Voucher override, who overrode any vouchers, and again that's a special permission that needs to be associated with a user, so only these users who actually had the permission to override a voucher would do so. And that would really be in the event that communications go down between one store and another and the actual voucher information hasn't moved by the time the customers got there to redeem that voucher. Very few and far between. A detailed active voucher report, we can have a look at that, what the customer name is, when it was issued, the amount again. We have a net takings by tender report, so we can see here what was taken by tender. We could break it down to say over a month, so you can run it on a range. You can give a running total of what you've taken for the month so far, sales, lay-bys across the various different tenders. You have a net takings by sort of a cash up report, sorry, not by, and what that really is a detail of who processed what transactions to make up the actual your cash up at the end of the day. So similar to the net takings by tender, but breaks it down by transaction. So you can get an idea, if you are short, where that shortage came from. And a price maintenance report, which is something we haven't looked at, but a price maintenance or a price event really is a markdown. So if you put a lot of items on markdown, I don't know if we have any in here, no we don't, but you could select that price markdown and print out a stock report for all those items. So you can go and put was now stickers on them, go mark them for clearance, put them in a particular shop section of the shop, so you can now merchandise your particular markdown correctly. So it just makes it easier to identify what stock you have of those items that are on markdown. So those are a few of the basic reports available from point of sale. As I said, there is a lot more detailed stuff available from head office, or we call our fashion finesse or advantage packages, which is the head office sort of plug-in, if you like, to the point of sale. I will process another or put on another video detailing all of those to do with pivot tables, as I mentioned, inquiries, and sort of fixed layout reports as well. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little video on the basic reports for Software for Fashion Retail, and hopefully you have a look at some of the other videos posted. Thanks again. Ciao for now.